Brands and media partners alike are innovating at record speed right now because of everything that's going on. But the one core thing that has always remained true is the power of storytelling, right? Because storytelling has created culture for many, many years now. And here at NBCU, we've been doing it for close to 100 years, from the early days of radio all the way through today. We're utilizing storytelling, our IP, our talent in ways to really get messages out there. And from the place where I sit, as being a part of the sales and partnership division here at NBC Universal, it's our job to tell our brand stories in really interesting and unique ways. And what I've found is that, over the past, year and a half, 2 years that, we've been living in this time period, storytelling has changed, right? And brands are coming to us to tell stories in a couple of different ways, right? One is the tried and true way that has been happening, since the beginning of media, which is attaching themselves to our IP and our talent to tell stories through that lens. But what I've actually found over the past, year and a half is that brands have really evolved in the fact of the way they want to stand up for very specific causes. And they want to tell the story, not just of, why, they should buy their particular deodorant or car or whatever it may be, but what their company really feels and what they stand for. And I think that's a place that they've come to NBC Universal to tell that story. So we've seen a huge increase in requests for what we just call very simply purpose-driven marketing, and how we can help create and tell those stories with them. So if you look at, what we've done over the past year, we've created things like Family is Universal, to things like our caregiver initiative, to things like what we do for veterans, for Boots to Boardroom. And, I think over the past year, we've created over 10 different purpose-driven marketing initiatives. And the great thing about that is, in addition to telling those stories that of what our brands really care for and feel strongly about, we've also had the ability to raise millions and millions of dollars for places like No Kids Hungry or Feeding America and many, many other great causes along the way. So we've been able to use our platform in a way to really do better for the world and give our brands a platform to stand up on and tell their story. But that doesn't mean that we've gotten away from the traditional way of doing marketing as well. As a matter of fact, we were lucky enough this past year to be honored with a Cannes Lion for the work we did with our friends over at Tide, with Saatchi and Saatchi, where we created a multi-week ongoing storyline on what's the right day to do laundry. And it featured numerous different talent from across NBC Universal, numerous different shows. It lived in many, many different places. And it was almost a little mini soap opera that we created for them that lived. So the way of, bringing storytelling to life still remains tried and true here at NBC Universal and the way we do things, but it's evolved in really, being even more focused recently on purpose-driven marketing initiatives.
And technology has helped sort of create new horizons, hasn't it? With AR, with QR codes, there's quite a lot going on there. Tell us about sort of the bleeding edge of technology and what you're bringing to brands.
Yeah, technology has always fueled the creative process, but now we're at a point now where the technology is so easily accessible for our fans at home that it would be silly for us not to utilize that technology to help further that storytelling that I was just referring to. As a matter of fact, last year we created this event called 121, which was very simply showcasing how NBC Universal, Comcast as a company, really sits at the crossroads of being both a media company and a technology company. And it's something that we're taking very seriously, and it's something that we're working on as we move forward. And I think you see a lot of these technology initiatives come to life in our commercial innovation initiatives. We've been out with commercial innovation opportunities for our brands and clients for the past few years. And very simply, it's all about improving the viewing experience or being additive to the viewing experience, no matter where you are. And, we have over 30 different commercial innovation initiatives out in the market right now. And the success of it has been outstanding. We see that 93% of viewers actually appreciate seeing commercial innovation ads over traditional ads, and that 88% of consumers have a much higher brand recall of the brands that participate in commercial innovation than traditional ads as well. So I think a couple of great examples of how we're using technology in our commercial innovation space. One is something we did this past year with Volkswagen, where we created this amazing augmented reality experience. We tapped into an amazing talent in Retta from Good Girls, the amazing actress and comedian. And we created a custom spot that featured a Volkswagen car, the ID4, and you were able to use your smartphone and point it at your screen as you were watching this custom spot. And then all of a sudden, through augmented reality, Retta and the car itself actually showed up in whatever room you happen to be watching it. So whether it's your home office, your living room, whatever it may be. And Retta was able to give you a tour of both the inside and the outside of the Volkswagen in real time. And then in one click of a button, you were able to have Volkswagen send you information to get more information on how to buy the car. So I think that's one way that we use technology and commercial innovation in an interesting way. Another example I could think of is, we're all about partnerships here at NBCU, and those partnerships go beyond just our client partnerships, but it's with other companies as well, right? Because we know we are better all together. So this past Latin billboards that ran on Telemundo, we did this amazing partnership with Samsung, where we created a Choose Your Own Adventure series on TikTok that lived on TikTok that featured Daddy Yankee. And it was a series of videos where you as a fan were able to choose what Daddy Yankee did in each of the videos. And it actually culminated in what Daddy Yankee was going to wear live on stage that night at the Latin billboards. And it obviously featured the Samsung phone and technology throughout the entire series as well. So I think those are a couple of ways of how we're blending creativity and technology in a way that's additive to the viewing experience.